Here shall we meet again. My name is Hiba Tariq Muhammad and I'm an MIU pharmacy student with the batch number 2017. Now you're watching Curiosity Killed the Cat. I'm going to talk about the broken heart syndrome. So what on earth is it? You will see.
In July of 2009, Lisa Wysocki landed in the ER, claiming that she had a heart attack after spending a night on her bedroom floor in excruciating pain. Did she really have a heart attack, or was it something else? Wysocki's adult son had passed away the previous day after an overdose due to his struggle with mental illness. After the doctors ran a few tests on her, they concluded it wasn't a heart attack. It was actually what doctors called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, apical ballooning syndrome, or stress cardiomyopathy. We know it as the broken heart syndrome. Broken heart is not simply a term coined by romantic novelists, angsty lovesick teens, or Hollywood movies. Rather, it is a real, severe medical condition. In broken heart syndrome, there's a temporary disruption of your heart's normal pumping function, while the remainder of the heart functions normally or with even more forceful contractions. Doctors note that patients diagnosed with broken heart syndrome usually have just undergone stressful situations which yielded major stress on their heart's functioning ability. Cardiologist Ian Whitston has been studying the condition for a decade and states that several of his broken-hearted patients had just experienced the death of a loved one or trauma such as a severe car accident or robbery. When undergoing broken heart syndrome, your body releases a vast amount of chemicals, and this sudden flood can shock your heart muscle, leaving it unable to pump like it normally would. As a result, the patient may develop fatal heart failure. Doctors advise those that are experiencing chest pain, shortness of breath, arm pain, or sweating, and fear that they are experiencing an extreme case of heartbreak syndrome rather than a minor case, should check into a hospital immediately.
There's a quote which says, which was from a book called Getting Over Garrett Deland. You can die of a broken heart. It's a scientific fact. And my heart has been breaking since that very first day we have met. I can feel it now, aching deep behind my ribcage, the way it does every time we are together, beating a desperate rhythm. Love me. Love me. Love me. So who is more likely, males or females? I can hit the buzz button right now because they are the females.
Victory nap!
There happened to be a misdiagnosis between the heart attack and the broken heart syndrome. This is because the symptoms and the signs of both are pretty much similar, and when they saw the tests of the heart, it showed dramatic changes in the heart rhythm, and for the blood substances, it was the same, which is very typical of a heart attack. So they couldn't tell apart from each other. But we have to be aware that there had been no evidence of blocked heart arteries in the case of a broken heart syndrome, unlike the heart attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Well, the bad news is that it leads to severe and short-term heart muscle failure, but the good news is that it's usually treatable within weeks, and people who are exposed to the broken heart syndrome aren't exposed to it in the future, but in rare cases it can be fatal and it can lead to their death. So what are we looking for? We are looking for angina, which is the chest pain and the shortness of breath. We're looking for the cardiogenic shock, and we're looking for the arrhythmias. Arrhythmias is irregular heartbeats. For the shortness of breath and the angina, you will be usually exposed to it even if you don't have past heart diseases. So what is a cardiogenic shock? A cardiogenic shock, it's a condition where the suddenly weakened heart can't pump enough blood to meet the body's needs. So it can be fatal if it isn't treated the right way. Most of the people who die from heart attacks are usually because of the cardiogenic shock and it wasn't treated right away. So what is the difference between the broken heart syndrome and the heart attack? First of all, some symptoms of the broken heart syndrome differ from that of a heart attack. And the difference is that in a broken heart syndrome, the symptoms appear suddenly after extreme cases of emotional or physical stress. Also, you can do the EKG test, which is a test that records the electrical activity of a heart. Usually, the test results of a broken heart syndrome when you do an EKG is not similar to that of a heart attack. Doing the blood test, it has to show that there are no signs of heart damage. Tests should show no signs of blockages in the coronary arteries. Tests show ballooning and unusual movement of the left lower chamber of the heart, which is the left ventricle. Recovery time of a broken heart syndrome is usually within days or weeks, unlike the recovery time which is taken by the heart attack, which is usually in a month or more. I can see that you haven't got enough, but don't worry, I have more. If your doctor saw that you have a broken heart syndrome or you were diagnosed with a broken heart syndrome, he'll probably recommend a cardioangiography, which is a test that uses special dyes and special X-rays to show the inside of your coronary arteries. There are other diagnostic tests, which are the blood test, EKG, and the echocardiography, which is a painless test that uses sound waves to create moving pictures of your heart. And last of all, the cardiac MRI. Is there a doctor in the house? Right, I'm the doctor in the house. To keep tabs on your heart health, your doctor will probably recommend an echo after a month you were diagnosed with the broken heart syndrome. You should also schedule the follow-up visits with your doctor and see how often you should schedule them. It's very important for your health. Reaching the end of this video, my name is Heba Tarek Mohammed. I'm an NYU pharmacy student with the batch number 2017. You were watching Curiosity Killed the Cat, and this video was upon request from Salma Nasser, my friend. I hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and share this video on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe my channel on YouTube in order to reach the new videos that I'm posting. And also, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm there.